Hello, my name is Madison Williams, and today I will be presenting my UnEssay project. This presentation will be in multiple videos or segments because when I tried to upload them, they would not allow me to do anything over 15 minutes, and Canvas would not accept them. So it'll be in a couple segments so that I can contain all of the content that I have gathered. For my UnEssay, I made a traditional dream catcher. Recently, I went on vacation to Florida and noticed dream catchers for sale in so many shops. They were made poorly, with fake feathers hung from them, and sold for only a few dollars. In realizing this, I began to wonder about the Native American perspective on the mass production of something that was meant to be spiritual. I looked into it and was informed that the possession of a dream catcher by someone outside of the pan-Indian culture is not offensive, as long as you get it from an authentic native craftsman. These pieces are considered art and hung in many homes, and they are beautiful, and it is easy to see their appeal. But they still represent an important part of the Native community and should not be produced simply for profit by those who have no connection to them. I tried my best to make my own dream catcher with authentic Native materials and their crafting ways in mind. So this is my dream catcher. As you can see, there are things hanging down here that I will later discuss. First off, I'm going to talk about the materials that went into making this. So the base of my dream catcher, I know it's not perfectly circular, but I tried my best, is a stick. And I got this stick at Mounds State Park, where I hiked around until I found one that was a good size. I actually got a couple of them to try and make the best one I could. I thought that Mounds is a great place to get it because it had a lot of spiritual connection for Native people, and maybe it's not the 5 original Iroquois tribes, but it does have a lot of presentation and preservation of something that is a good space to get something related to this. It's wrapped in twine, as in many people of the Native community do, as was told in many of the videos that told me how to make this by Native craftsmen, and they wrapped it in twine just to keep it a little bit sturdier and a little more presentable. This in between right here is the leather. So this is leather is one of the more common things that they use. They also use handmade string, which I did not have the ability to make materials or craftsmanship. That was just not something. So I chose leather, which is another thing that they use. As you can see, my dream catcher does not have any specific number of points. I just wrapped it a couple times until I found a place that I thought that was satisfactory. There are certain ways that people wrap them to have different definitions of points on the edge of the dream catcher. Like 13 represents the moon phases, 8 is spider legs, 7 is prophecy, 6 is eagles, and 5 is a star, which is obviously common. But I just chose something that I thought looked aesthetically pleasing, which is very popular also. It does not have to be in any certain way. From the bottom here, I have hung a picture, a hand-drawn thing of each of the original 5 Iroquois tribes, and then feathers, which feathers are very traditionally put on dream catchers. I obviously did not have access to any eagle feathers, as that is illegal, so my two options here was either to go buy some fake eagle feathers or find other feathers in nature. So I chose to go out to my brother's chicken coop and find some chicken feathers because I felt that stuck with the more natural theme and realistic theme of the dream catcher. So the dream catchers in Pan-Indian culture are used, the bad dreams are caught in the web, while the good dreams filter through, and when the morning comes, the sun burns all the bad dreams that are caught in the web. The round hoop represents the sun, the moon, and the circle of life. The feathers are representative that the good dreams float into your mind. And gems, if you so choose to put them on here, I did not. They represent good dreams that are sent as gifts from the Creator. The Iroquois tribe, which is actually these 5 tribes, was started when the peacemaker traveled to all the tribes with a vision to unite them and stop the violence. He carved a canoe out of white stone, which was convincing that he was the one that the Creator sent. The Creator sent him to the most violent person of each tribe to convince them to change their ways. He had to demonstrate himself to each tribe. He started with the Mohawks and ended with the Onondaga. They all bound together to create the Iroquois Confederacy and create a symbol of the pine tree and the eagle to represent their strength and watchful eye for each other.